it's Crystal. I'm going to bring you through a TRX for yoga practice. Today we're going to put together a power vinyasa flow. To begin, we're going to put together our warm-up that's comprised of 4 movements, and we're going to go through those 4 movements 5 total rounds. The first round, I'll break it down, we'll go nice and slow, but then we're going to link the ujjayi breath, the deep breath in and out through the nose, for the last 4 rounds. And then we're going to get into the bulk of our practice. And the bulk of our practice is comprised of 11 poses strung together in a row. You'll hold each pose for about 3 to 5 breaths. Once you go through all 11 poses on one side, we'll vinyasa through and begin again on the other side. I'll walk you through the whole thing. Let's begin. You want your suspension trainer fully shortened. You're going to stand facing your anchor point. Place your hands in the foot cradles, thumbs to the outside, and begin to walk backwards so you can stand upright and there's no slack in the straps. To find your starting position, you're going to find mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead, palms face the anchor point. If there's slack in your straps and your wrists are stacked over your shoulders, I want you to move backwards. Vice versa, you can always step forward until your joints are stacked. Wrists, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. You're standing straight up, no leaning, and there's no slack in the suspension trainer. Bring your arms back down, rotate your palms in those foot cradles, and I want you to press your hands into the straps. You feel your chest lift away from your hips and you gain access to your core. That's the essence of this practice. Use and leverage the straps. Let's begin the warm-up. Pose 1, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up, just like how we found that starting position, and pause. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears and knit your ribs into your belly. Soften behind your knees. You should feel your arms and your shoulders fire up here. Take 1 deep breath in. Forward fold, hinge at your hips and sweep your hands towards the anchor point. Look to the ground to lengthen the back of your neck. With that softness behind your knees, lift your sitting bones up to the ceiling. Peel open the back of your legs. Pose number 3, halfway lift. Drag your hands in towards your chest and lift your upper body about 45 degrees away from the floor. With the help of the straps, I want you to think that you're pulling your chest away from your hips. Feel that side body stretch. Pose 4, forward fold, upper body parallel to the ground. You're still working and focusing on opening the back of your legs, but add on pressing into your hands on purpose so you're not hanging on the straps. Your chest is the height of your hips, and your lower belly is drawing in towards your spine. And now, let's link movement with breath. Pull with your hands, mountain pose, breathe all the way in. Forward fold, breathe all the way out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Pull to rise, extended mountain, fill your lungs. Forward fold, push into your hands. Halfway lift, you pull. Forward fold, you push. From the bottom, pull to rise, mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. 1 more time, fill your lungs. Listen for the sound as you breathe in. Forward fold, listen for the sound as you breathe out through your nose. Halfway lift, fill. Fold, you keep breathing. Now we're gonna move on. TRX chair pose, bend your knees, drop your hips. Keep your arms low. Press into your hands and drag your shoulders up over your hips. Pause. The bend in your knees doesn't matter. You're gaining access to your legs. You're strengthening. It should feel that way. But I want you to really focus on neutral pelvis. Pull your hip bones up to the belly button. Drop your tailbone towards the floor. Keep your feet parallel to one another, but create the action as though you're trying to separate the floor with your heels. Pull your heels away from one another. Option to add intensity, sweep your arms overhead without leaning back. No slack in the straps, but the weight's in your feet. Sink your hips as low as you can go. We're not here for much longer. Take 1 more breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Single leg mountain, sweep your arms up. This time, sweep your right leg out in front of you. Pause. No leaning back. Softness in your standing knee. And draw your upper foot towards the ceiling. Take 1 more deep breath in. Warrior 3, sweep your upper leg away from the straps and reach your hands towards the anchor point. Upper body parallel to the ground. Take your upper baby toe and spin it down to face the floor to help you square your hips to the ground. Press down into your hands, lift your chest to the height of your hips, and lean into those hands just a little bit. Three-legged dog, bend your upper knee, peel your right hip up over your left hip, keep your shoulders square to the floor. Fan out your fingers, fan out your toes, and keep breathing. As you peel your upper knee towards the ceiling, you're searching for an inner thigh stretch of your standing leg. Go ahead, lift that knee a little higher, take another deep breath in. Standing leg raise, press into your hands, pull your right knee into your chest. Pause. Press the foot cradles into your left hand and grab the outside of your right knee with your right hand. Flex your upper foot. Now, when I challenge you today, hug your right knee into your chest. Take the first two fingers and hook your big toe. Extend your upper leg long out in front of you. Bring your right elbow to the inside of your upper knee. Work your upper leg towards straight while you use the straps to help lengthen your spine. Keep that active plank. Draw your right leg over to the right and breathe. Hip bone slide up to belly button, tailbone drops down to the ground. You're strengthening that standing leg as you're lengthening your upper leg. You got this, you're almost there. Slowly bring your upper leg back to center. Half moon, bring your right hand to your right hip, hinge and sweep your upper leg towards the wall behind you, upper body parallel to the ground. Take your right hip and peel it up over your left hip. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Left upper arm bone hugs into the shoulder socket. One hand in the straps, one foot on the floor, lifts your whole body higher. Warrior two, soften your standing knee, float your upper foot to the floor behind you, stand up. Step your left foot towards the anchor point. And now here's the fun part. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Lift the balls of your feet up off the floor and pivot your feet to face away from the anchor point. Bend your right knee to 90 degrees. Tee open your right arm. Look over your right shoulder. Shoulder blades slide together behind you. And I want you to press down into that back hand to lift the middle of your chest up away from your tailbone. Hip bones up to belly button, tailbone drops down to the ground. Sink into your legs a little more, and you can always step that back foot towards the anchor point to deepen the stretch. Take your right palm, flip it up to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm up and back. Now you keep bending into that front knee. Press into your front foot to reach your right hand up and back. Press into your back hand to lift your chest up out of your pelvis. For 5, 4, 3, sink into those legs. 2, reach your right hand higher, back to warrior 2. Crescent lunge. Take your left hand, sweep it up overhead. 1 foot cradle per hand. Pick your back heel up off the floor, face away from that anchor point. Now press into your hands and hop your right foot back just a little so your hands are stacked over your shoulders. Front knee bends to 90 degrees. Feel that nice stretch through that left hip flexor. I want you to imagine there's something right in front of your face that doesn't smell too good, and you want to move away from it. So you're going to press into your hands and move your shoulders back over your hips. Last pose on this side, TRX airplane. Soften your back knee. Press into your hands and spring back, right knee into chest, left heel to the floor. Push into the straps, lift your chest up, and hinge. Reach your upper foot towards the anchor point. Sweep your arms by your sides. That upper baby toe again spins down to face the ground to keep your hips square. Shoulders square to the floor. And now lengthen. Press through your upper heel towards the wall behind you. Pull your hip bones to the belly button and push the crown of your head away from your shoulders. Now use your hands, lift your whole body higher. Slowly sweep your arms up overhead, both feet to the floor. Good work. Turn to face your anchor point. We're going to do that warm up 2 times to clear the slate. That's the vinyasa to the other side. Mountain pose, sweep your arms up. If there's slack in your straps, move back. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Pull to rise, extended mountain, fan out your fingers. Forward fold, push into your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out, here we go. Chair, bend your knees, drop your hips. Drag your shoulders up over your hips. Sweep your arms up overhead, optional. I want you to keep your arms as wide as necessary for you to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Hip bones, pull up to belly button, tailbone drops down to the ground. Breathe your breath. You're pulling on those straps, but you're not leaning back. Every inhale, reach your hands high. Every exhale, sink your hips low. One more time, take a deep breath in. Forward fold. Single leg mountain. This time the left leg sweeps forward. Stand tall, no leaning back. Softness in your standing knee. Kick your upper heel to the wall behind you. Fire up that upper quadricep. Lower belly pulls in, breathe in. Warrior 3. Sweep your arms towards the anchor point. Upper heel to the wall behind you. Look down to the ground to help you balance and to lengthen the back of your neck. Upper baby toe faces the ground. And feel, are your hips tighter or more open on this side? Square those hips to the ground and press into your hands. Three-legged dog. Bend your upper knee to 90 degrees. Keep your shoulders square to the ground and roll your left hip up over the right hip. Maybe think about a dog in a fire hydrant here. If this bothers the shoulders or you're looking for more stability, bend your elbows and goalpost your arms. Keep pressing into those straps. Lean into your hands, get a deeper stretch. Take one more deep breath in. Standing leg raise, sweep your left knee into your chest. Place the foot cradles into your right hand and grab the outside of your left knee with your left hand. The essence of the straps help you with your posture. Press into your right hand and lift the chest away from the hips. Draw your shoulder blades together onto your back. The challenge is to pull the left knee into the chest, hook the big toe with the first 2 fingers, and extend the upper leg long out in front of you. While keeping your upper body nice and neutral, shoulder blades together, ribs knit into the belly. Peel your left leg over to the left. Prime that hip for what's coming next. Hips and shoulders stay square to the floor. You're stretching your inner upper thigh. Breathe. Bring that leg back to center. Kick your upper heel forward. Left hand to your left hip and hinge half moon. Sweep your upper leg to the wall behind you and gaze to the floor. Peel your left hip up over that right hip and reach your left arm to the ceiling. Fan out your fingers, fan out your toes. Shoulder blades slide together onto your back. Press into that one hand in the straps, one foot on the floor, lift your whole body higher. Warrior 2, bring your upper foot to the floor behind you. Pause, stand up, step your right foot towards that anchor point. Take a big step, maybe 2. Now you're gonna lift the balls of your feet up off the floor and pivot so they face away from the anchor point. Bend your right knee to 90 degrees. I'm gonna slide back a little bit more and stack your shoulders over your hips. Look over your left middle finger. Shoulder blades hug together onto your back. Now the idea is you wanna use that back hand. Press into your back hand and lift your chest up away from the tailbone. And to stack your shoulders over your hips. Reverse your warrior, flip your left palm to the ceiling, reach your left arm up and back. Now you press into that back hand in the straps, lift your chest up out of your pelvis as you bend into your front knee. Breathe your breath. Hip bone slide up to belly button, tailbone drops down to the ground. Can you wiggle your toes? Take one more deep breath in. Warrior 2. Crescent lunge. Bring both of your arms up overhead, one hand per foot cradle, and pick your back heel up off the ground. Hop that front foot back towards the anchor point just a little bit, so you're flat-footed in the front foot, up on the ball of your back foot, and your hands are over your shoulders. Bend into that front knee, hip bone slide up to belly button, and now push into those hands and move your shoulders back over your hips. Breathe. Every time you inhale, reach your hands high. Every time you exhale, sink into your legs a little lower. One more time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. TRX airplane, press into your hands. Spring back onto your standing foot. Left knee into chest. Anchor your standing heel to the floor. Push into the straps to open the chest. And hinge. Sweep your upper leg to the wall behind you. Bring your arms by your sides. Push the crown of your head away from your shoulders. Hips are square to the floor so the upper baby toe spins to face the ground. Kick your upper heel to the wall behind you. Lengthen as you slide your hip bones up towards the belly button and lift up out of the low back. Press into your two hands. Lift your whole body higher. Bring your upper foot to meet the bottom foot. Arms sweep out in front of you. Let's do 2 more vinyasas to seal the practice. Turn to face your anchor point. Extended mountain, sweep your arms up. If they're slack, move back. Forward fold, press into your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. One more, extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Press into your hands, slowly stand all the way up. Walk towards your anchor point and release. Great work. And that was your TRX yoga flow practice in a power vinyasa flow. What I want to recommend is that you give yourself 3 opportunities to really get into this practice. The routine, it'll stay the same each time. And so the first time you'll have to watch the video quite a bit, figure out what's going on. And little by little, you'll start to commit the practice to memory so you can listen to my cues to deepen the poses, to feel something brand new, and to really gain a deeper expression. So I hope you have fun, you're able to breathe, and to create some brand new space in your body. Enjoy.